What is up? Good morning, good afternoon if you're on the East Coast. A little late start here. Stayed up a little too late watching that Australian Open. It's been a great tournament so far, JC? And of course, another winning weekend for us. So I know that we're only here Monday through Friday to give you the NBA rundown and the free picks. But if you want access and you want to have the winning weekend like we did, make sure you head on over to runpuresports.com. Either use the promo code SPREAD15 if you enjoy my picks. More likely, you're going to use the promo code Tyler15. I know who the Shawn Michaels in this tag team is. And then, of course, do you know what your promo code is, JC? You want to
Zargo 15, baby.
Zargo 15. And that's, if you've been appreciating the great free articles he's been putting out, you can use the money you make from there to join Run Pure Sports. Tyler, 6-2 weekend there with the tags, right? I mean, there's nothing better than watching NFL, having a little NBA on the other screen and just cashing. I absolutely loved it, and we're looking forward to doing it today. What were your takeaways from the NBA weekend?
Yeah, it was a great weekend for the tags. I'm a little offended you didn't ask me about the Australian Open from last night, but I see how it is.
Oh, did you watch?
No, hell no, I didn't watch. I'm just messing with you. So, didn't catch much of the NBA over the weekend. Was more into the football with it being on both days and it just stretching the whole day. But bet the tags and just free money. So just keep following the projections and just make the money. So I love our tags today. I think we're going to find some more money makers. Let's dive right into these 7 games.
Yeah, there's one that I want to talk about, JC, and it's a tag that I missed, so it hurt my heart. I should have had 3-0 yesterday. Did you see the Clippers take on the Mavericks?
No. I was watching the
that would have been the same time as Bills Bengals, so. Yeah. Oh, you watched Warriors Nets. What'd you think of that one?
Warriors choked it away. Curry couldn't make a basket in the fourth quarter. It was really depressing to watch.
And it was at home too, so usually that's where they're a tank at. So
yeah, same with the Mavericks, right? Two of our favorite home teams. Now we had projected that Warriors game to be pretty close because if I remember right, Tyler, what were they laying, like 7 or 8?
Yeah, they were laying right around.
Yeah, and so we didn't get involved in that game. We had leans up there, but we didn't have a play. And I was kind of surprised. That's Clippers, man. I just can't seem to get them right. That was something I wanted to lead into, though. JC, you kind of talked about it before we started, right? Just some handicapping things. What is your process when you're not getting a team right? Like, for example, Tyler and Travis have sworn off the Philadelphia 76ers, and I'm in that current dilemma right now with the Clippers. I think I'm only like 1-4 in their last 5 games. What do you do?
Before you let them go, I may have sworn off the 76ers, but I did back them last week, Spread, and you were against me, and we got that winner home with them. So
yeah, I know, but I just a general, because I'm thinking about it right now. What do you do? We'll do both of you, but JC, let's start with you. Yeah. What do you do when you're just like wrong on a team for like a nice little stretch, like this little 2-week period that I haven't been able to get the Clippers right?
Yeah, I've been on that way with the Trailblazers and the Timberwolves all season. There are 30 teams in the NBA. You just let it go. There are too many teams, too many games to get too broken up about it. And, if you see a spot you really like again, maybe you take it, but there's no reason to go crazy with it. You just leave them be.
Tyler's going to be pretty upset. He thought that jazz music was bad. Wait till he logs on tomorrow morning and I'm listening to the soundtrack from Frozen there, JC, after that advice. Tyler, what should we do when we're struggling with a particular team?
Yeah, I usually give them like a week off or so. Like I didn't touch that Philly team for about a week. And then that matchup against the Clippers, like you looked at it and Embiid's always crushed it. So yeah, when you find a nice spot like that, you just kind of hold your nose and just dive in. If it doesn't work out, then you ban them for another week. Maybe eventually you ban them for 2 weeks. You ban them for 3 weeks. They're like, you're out of here for a month. Maybe we'll be back to you in the playoffs. So that's the way I go about it. I just give them like a week ban, maybe come back in on a nice spot.
All right. So JC says, let it go. Tyler said, ban my Clippers plays for a week. So that's a lot of fun. Chat, let us know. I see my guy Michael Knack in here. He's got great advice for us. Hit the like button. Get that mojo going. I know there's no NFL tonight. We're used to Monday Night Football. But you want to get that mojo going for the 7-game slate. Hit the like button. I see Clyde in here is already taking shots at people. Clyde, it's too early on a Monday morning to be doing that. Can we get some positivity in here? Tell us about your great weekend. Tell us about your beautiful girlfriends, right? Tell us about all the womanizing you did this weekend. We don't need to take shots this early in the morning, Clyde. All right, here we go. The Boston Celtics are -8 in Orlando taking on the Magic. Tyler, the total is 230. Start with you. What are your thoughts here? I had a slight edge to the Celtics, but I didn't want to play it because you like that, Clyde? It wasn't right on the number. I had an edge to the Celtics, but I don't want to play it because I don't want to lay 8 on the road against an Orlando team that, if we remember, had some success against this Boston Celtics team about a month and a half back. I felt that was really where the Magic came to the forefront of people kind of actually believing in this team and saying, hey, they're doing something right here in Orlando, and this turnaround's real good. What do you think? I mean, am I leaving money on the table by not betting the Celtics here, or do we just say, hey, you guys placed a good number even though I see it?
Before we get into that breakdown, I think we all need to take a look at that injury report. There's a certain name on there with a green tag next to his name who hasn't played in about 4 years. So nice to finally see him back in the game. I think he could be a solid player if he is what half of he was when he played. So good to see.
Well, let the people know who it is. I don't know.
Well, everyone should know who it is. Jonathan Isaac.
It's Jonathan Isaacs. Let them know. He had a successful stint with their little G League deal. Got in there, got some run. I didn't see what his numbers were, but I said that he was playing well. No pain. So yeah, that would be nice to have him back. I'm actually a big Jonathan Isaac guy. I like him as a person as well as a player, so I'm rooting for him. Let's see if he can stay healthy. But I don't really know how much he affects the spread tonight. I mean, what do you expect him to get? 20 minutes?
I don't think he sees many minutes. It's just nice to see him finally back. To be honest, the way I think he plays, I think he would have been Scotty Barnes' comp if he would have been playing for those couple years before he came into the league.
You think he could have been that good on offense?
Yes.
Wow.
Dude could shoot threes. He can get.
I was thinking more of like an Evan Mobley, if we're gonna go comps from last year.
I don't think he's
a really good defender that's not that good on the offensive end.
Yeah, I kind of think he's more like the Scotty Barnes type, but I mean, it's a little bit in between.
If he was, that'd be fantastic if he was. Other important, since you got me pulling up Basketball Monster.
Yeah, what is it? Malcolm Brogdon's out.
Yeah,
Smart's out. Robert Williams
is questionable.
Tatum's off the injury report, so expect him to play. Him and Brown being in is big. I mean, it's just their main two guys. They can combine for 75 points here and win them the game easily by themselves. But laying 8, I don't really want to do that. I agree there. Probably not touching the Celtics side unless it's through a performance double. But, I mean, definitely like the under here. 230. It's Boston against Orlando. Some of the guys are out. I expect more defense here. Give me the under 230.
Our guy Chris Jones agrees with your comp, Tyler, there. So I'll have to go back to my scouting range. JC, what do you think about this game between the Magic and the Celtics?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, you look back at those games they played in mid-December. Both predicted on the rundown for Orlando. But I don't know. This team, it's different. Banchero's not playing as well as he was last month. Those injuries concern me. Tatum's playing, but, I mean, a wrist injury, that's nothing that can be overlooked. So, but 8 points, man, I think that's just too many points. I think it'll be a closer game than people anticipate. So I'm happy to take the 8 here.
All right. Any other thoughts on this one before we move on?
I'm taking Tatum's under on points.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So slight concern because with Smart or Brown that's out. With Smart being out, right, that does kind of increase Tatum's usage, but typically in these games against teams like Orlando, Tatum doesn't see the minutes. And with his point totals mostly being right at his average, which is 31, that prop being at 31.5, I just don't think he's quite going to get there, and I'm right with the under.
How about his? I know we talked about this prop before in these spots. What about his assist? Because last time we made this play, I tried to make this argument. It was just Smart out, but now Brogdon's out too, so he has to handle the ball more. I know Derek White's there; he can handle it too. Same with Pritchard. They're gonna put the ball in his hands. That 5.5 plus 130 on his assists. If we don't like his points over, he could easily post like a 26, 8, and 7 stat line right here. So I kind of like the over on his assists.
Yeah. I don't hate that.
All right. So JC likes the under on the props, but Tyler likes the over on assists. So some interesting ways to approach this game. Let's move into our next one. The Milwaukee Bucks -11 in Detroit taking on the Pistons. Totals 237.5. Killian Hayes, your favorite. All right, Tyler, who do you like more, Killian Hayes or Nikola Jokic? Come on.
Killian Hayes. I hate that Teletubby.
All right. Killian Hayes, questionable. Corey Joseph is back. Isaiah Stewart's out. Giannis is probable. Ouch. Chris Middleton probable. Is he actually going to play? Serge Ibaka injured again. Not a surprise. Did you guys know he put out a rap album?
It says he's trade pending.
To who?
He's got the same tag Jay Crowder has when he plays. He's got the trade pending tag.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, all right. We'll see how that turns out. Is he able to help anyone? And why would they trade away if he is? Why would they trade?
I don't know,
away?
but ship him and Middleton to Washington and give me back Kuzma.
You can't get rid of Chris Middleton.
Yeah, you can.
I don't know. What do you think of that potential trade, JC?
It seems kind of pointless. Like, I don't. Well,
You're telling me Kuzma doesn't help the Bucks?
yeah, no, on the butt, yeah. But, yeah, I don't know. That the more I think about it, the more I
Kristaps
like
just
it. I
went
think
down
there's
for a
merit
few
there.
weeks. Like they could just be in full sell mode now.
They've never been in sell mode. That's one of the stupidest franchises.
They're gonna sell everything outside of Beal. They're gonna be like, listen,
Which
here,
is
Brad.
stupid. They should have sold him like
we're
4 years
We're gonna
ago.
rebuild around you for the 13th time in 4 years.
We gotta bring our
gotta-
guy Coach Goodman on there to start slandering small guards in the playoffs. Like unbelievable.
Would you rather have? I don't know. He's out.
Who?
How long is Porzingis supposed to be out for? Is he
And
out?
they said
out?
he's weak.
Nobody
for week.
wants Porzingis. Porzingis' role in life is to be a stat stuffer on a mid-range team.
I feel like Kuzma just fits so perfect in there. You already got Lopez and
I think
Portis
you
and
want to try and
Giannis
have
as the
both, though.
bigs.
You got to try and figure out a way to have Middleton and Kuzma at the same time.
Oh, I mean, you probably could. I mean, it's Washington we're talking about. You could probably dump Serge, a couple picks, give them Coddington or Allen, and maybe one other guy, and they'll take it.
The
I
other
don't know,
thing about Kuzma is I've read that he's like does not want to play in a small market. Like the guy loves the nightlife. So I don't know how much he would enjoy playing in Milwaukee.
I feel like it's one of those things like, I don't want to play in a small market. Do you want to go play with Giannis? I'll go do that.
Yeah, I mean, because Washington, not that big of a market.
It's a fun party city, though.
Is it really?
Yeah, like the bar scene there is like ridiculous.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. Like their club scene is pretty impressive, actually. So especially for an NBA player and like that type of.
I still think Porzingis and Giannis would be an interesting duo.
I do not want to see. I'm so over Porzingis. There's only one Latvian I care about.
My problem with that is
Elena
like
Ostapenko.
he stretches the floor. I guess he does give you the perimeter shooting,
Mhm.
but then what are you playing? 3 bigs? Are you sending him,
Yeah.
Giannis, and Lopez out there?
Yeah.
Him,
The other thing I've heard is he's terrible in the locker room. Supposedly the guy's a total diva and he thinks he's like a superstar and he's not.
I mean, yeah.
well, he got treated like a star in New York, and then they were like, "All right,
He
you're
was.
out of here."
You know, like at his peak, he certainly was.
Yeah, all right,
He just
that's
hasn't
fair.
returned to that mountaintop.
All right, enough of fake trades. Let's actually break down the game of the players that will be in tonight. The Bucks are laying 11 here. The total is 237.5. Tyler, my projections had a slight lean to the Pistons, but I don't feel like that's an idea. That's not true, Clyde. You're always into who's doing who, but it's not because he had an issue with a woman in New York.
Oh, he also who is he? He dated someone really famous.
Oh, yeah, huh? But yeah, he had, yeah. Anyways, maybe he likes both, but Clyde, stop worrying about that. All right, Tyler, minus 11. I had a slight edge to the Pistons, but I didn't want to take it. But to me, it's Pistons or pass. You felt like it was like Bucks or pass for you because you said the Bucks always blow the doors off the Pistons.
Yeah, I swear, every time I see this matchup, it's like the double-digit win for Milwaukee. So, I mean, laying 11 seems like a lot here, but if I was to force a side in this game, would definitely be the Milwaukee side. Looking at some of these performance levels, like Giannis to score 30 points and then win plus 135. He hasn't scored a lot recently. I guess that injury with his knee is kind of bothering him. Had a couple games off. He could come back here and smash, so I don't mind that one. Some other ones, you could do Grayson Allen 3+3s and they win plus 260.
Ooh, that's nice.
Lopez to score 15 points and they win plus 165. Drew Holiday to hit 25 points and they win plus 260. That'd be some ways I'd come at this game instead of laying the 11.5, though. But if you can't get the performance doubles, I do think Milwaukee smashes here.
JC, with that shirt on, when you bring the water up, it looks like you're pounding some noontime whiskey over there. So that would be an impressive way.
Just another quick way I think we can get into this. If we think Milwaukee wins this game, right? We don't think they drop this game.
Well,
But
crazier things have happened.
Yeah.
If you don't think they cover it, and they win it from 1 to 10, the win margin Bucks 1 to 10 is plus 195.
That's interesting.
That's a lot better than taking the plus 11.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. See, Tyler's always finding the good angles. What do you think of this game, JC?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, like I looked at it, it kind of jumped off, and it's like, man, this potential letdown spot, and it just doesn't seem like it as long as Giannis plays. Because Tyler's absolutely right. You look at the history. Bucks normally clobber this team. In October, they won by 2, but that was without Giannis. So if the Greek Freak plays, there's no sweat in this one. However, my favorite play in this one is the over. With Josh Steven and Mitchell Irvin on the floor. These guys swallow their whistles. They let guys run. They let them play. So I think we should have no problem hitting 240 in this one.
Oh, that's funny. I like the opposite there. I like the under in this game.
Not with these referees.
That's good knowledge there. Which Greek athlete do you rather root for, Giannis or Stefanos Tsitsipas?
Oh, I'm a huge Tsitsipas fan. He's my guy. I got into it a little bit with JJ on his show because they're like ragging on him because he like always chokes in the big game. He's like 24.
Yeah. You ever see that Snoop Dogg thing where he's like, who?
That's my reaction. The Greek god. Oh. Also, way cooler nickname.
That's my reaction.
Would you rather be the Greek freak or the Greek god?
Who calls him the Greek god besides you?
That's his nickname.
I've never heard that nickname, and I'm all on that trashy tennis Twitter stuff.
And he's been gifted a run to the finals. I'm sorry, I'm going to get on my Tsitsipas soapbox for a second, but I love this dude. Best hair in sports. It'll be a great finals to see him and Novak play. I got a lot of money on that matchup, and I'm excited for it. And he was gifted another victory in the quarterfinals because he gets to take on
Lehecka's playing well, dude.
Yeah, but he's on it's a cute run. It's like the 12th seed in the NCAA tournament making a run. Like his time's going to come to an end against Tsitsipas. And so he gets another easy matchup.
What's the guy's name?
Having to take on the 7th ranked Canadian.
Tsitsipas versus Lehecka.
That sounds like one of them like weird foreign dishes you would get at a restaurant where no one speaks English.
All right. Well, JC, it always seems to happen. You know, someone's going to send a little DM either later tonight or tomorrow morning because we're going to go head to head there. You like the over. I like the under in that one. Yeah. And I think Tyler found the best props. One more time, Tyler, give out those props if they're going to play it. If you like the Pistons to cover, it's Bucks between 1 to 10 at plus 190. And then what was the other props you were looking at? Grayson Allen?
Yeah, Grayson Allen to hit 3 threes and Milwaukee wins plus 260. Drew Holiday to score 25 plus points and they win plus 260. Mm-hmm. Lopez to hit 15 plus points and they win plus 160.
Do you see Brook Lopez is favored to win Defensive Player of the Year, but he's still 10 to 1? That's the only award market that's not a minus money right now.
No, he's not the favorite anymore.
Who is?
Triple J.
He's minus 200 already.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I must have missed that. Well, that makes sense why Lopez will be 10 to 1. Do you agree with that? Are you a Triple J guy up there, JC?
Oh, yeah, I love him. He's I absolutely love him. Okay. By far my favorite player on the team. Although
he's no Pat Bev, but hey,
on the Grizzlies. Grizzlies.
I know. I'm just saying.
Hey, Pat Bev had some action last night. Spread. Did you see him?
Yes,
I saw that he was talking crap in the interview, but I woke up and I was listening. I'm like, it's too early for this.
During their comeback, he did the Dame time with the watch.
No, he didn't.
And he was acting like his watch wasn't working, and he took it off and put it in his pocket.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I know we didn't talk about it at the beginning. The Blazers blowing that lead.
That was bad.
I mean, that's one of those ones.
You know what's my favorite though?
What?
Every time the Lakers win a game like that, there's like 4 Twitter accounts that say, "This is the win that turns the Lakers season around."
I don't know about that, but this is a loss that might bury the Blazers.
I mean, I wouldn't.
I mean, that's one loss is not just one.
Who blows it up first, the Blazers or the Raptors?
The Raptors. They're much better run.
The Raptors has been done. No.
And they're also
hold on for dear life.
Well run. They're a well-run organization. The Blazers are going to just keep chipping at. They're doing the same with. Now I'm way higher in Dame than Beal, but I mean they're just going to keep trying to win with him. Yeah.
Well, Dame also doesn't want to leave.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know. I just don't think they blow it up. Minnesota Timberwolves. -5.5 in Houston, taking on the Rockets. Total 233.5. Tyler, another dog that my projections like that I didn't want to bet. First of all, it's in the plus 5.5 range, which I'm not saying I sworn off. I will take them in certain circumstances, but I hate taking 5.5 because it feels like you're covering the whole game and then they foul past 6 in the last minute. So I don't want to put myself in any exposure there. Timberwolves team. Let's see what we got here. Kevin Porter's out for Houston. Jabari Smith is questionable. Bryn Forbes is questionable. Rudy Gobert is questionable. I mean, at this point, it's better if he's out. Torian Prince is questionable, and Jordan McLaughlin's out. So one bit of news there is Anthony Edwards is finally off that injury report. Now, he had been questionable but playing this whole time. Maybe indicates to me his hip's getting a little better. I don't know. Maybe he's getting less treatment off it. Regardless, this game screamed like a stay away to me, Tyler, unless we can find one of your vaunted performance doubles. I think that's the way to go. What are you thinking?
Yeah, love D'Angelo Russell in this spot. Point guards just absolutely smash Houston. It's going to be Jalen Green playing that point guard spot. We all know he ain't playing no defense tonight. Russell topped 20 points in their last time against them. His 20-plus in win here is plus 180. I like that. His 4+ threes in win is plus 280. I like that also because the dude just chucks a bunch of threes. I'll play his points prop at 18.5, and I'll play that over 2.5 threes also. But, I mean, the more I look at this game spread, we know Houston sucks. They're not going to play any defense. They're just in shambles. How do we not just take the Timberwolves here minus 5.5?
Okay.
Yeah. I know I said at the top of the show that I hate betting on Minnesota, but Houston has lost 9 straight games at the spread, 13 straight overall. There's no reason for anyone to put any money on Houston. I'd be slightly hesitant on Minnesota, but I mean, if they can't handle 6 points against the Rockets, what are they doing?
I mean, that's what we've been asking all season for Minnesota, right? I mean, every time Travis comes on, he has to just give me crap about this take. Like, what's the freaking expiration date for a bad preseason take, Travis, if you're watching this show? Okay, I got the Timberwolves wrong. They suck, okay?
Yeah, but they're not – this is a mediocre, right? Like, it's fair to call the Timberwolves mediocre against a horrible team.
Do you know the difference between the 12th and the 5th seed in the West right now is 4 games?
Yeah.
I mean, they've brought parity to the NBA when we didn't think it was possible. So great job, Adam Silver. All you needed was for all your players to sit out at least 20 games. So you like the -6 there, huh? I mean, I could be talked into that because I feel like even though my game's projected this way, that the Rockets might foul at the end. I'd see the Rockets foul down 8 and 9.
This Rockets team, 30 seconds to go. This Rocket team, I think we just completely fade them, especially if we're going to get single digits every time until they fire this coach and start to fix this organization.
That sucks. I was a big fan of his dad.
I like him. I just don't think he's good enough to be a head coach. Dude might just be a pushover too. This seems like a player-ran team right now, and these young guys can give a shit less about winning games.
The dude's like younger than me.
Yeah, like if Jalen Green and these guys are running the team at 19 and 20 years old, all these dudes are doing is putting up stats and then just going to the club afterwards. They don't care about winning. So I'm just going to fade this Houston team. I'll be on the Timberwolves tonight.
All right. We'll talk about that right after the show, Tyler. Maybe we'll make a quick adjustment to the playbook because I wasn't going to play this game, but you guys are making some solid points. Mikey, you weren't here earlier, but we said we're not taking stupid shots at 9:32 a.m. on the West Coast. Learn about it. It's a beautiful coast. Get away from your snookies, right? Get yourself who's a fine ass girl from LA, JC? That's a reality show star.
Selena Gomez.
Yes. Get yourselves on that level, Mikey, and then we can talk. We're seriously slandering the greatest player ever. All right. Any props for this game, Tyler?
Just the Russell props. That's all I'm wanting this one. The over
JC,
2.5 points and the over 2.5 threes.
I don't touch Minnesota.
All right. Got it, but you did. And I'm easy. I'm so easy. Fish. Everybody knows you can just get me worked up so easily. So congratulations to you, Mikey. Hope you're enjoying your lunch. Make sure you pay for your little snookies. Don't go Dutch with them, all right? The Atlanta Hawks are +1 in Chicago taking on the Bulls. The total's 239. Tyler, I had this game projected exactly even. At 118 to 118. See? Get out here, Mikey. Come visit us here in California.
Oh, I nailed that one. Love it.
Yeah. What do you think of this game, Tyler? I wasn't going to bet it. Two teams that I'm really not sure what to make of. I see that Bogdanovich is off injury. Onyeka Okongwu is now questionable. It's like him and Capella can't play at the same time. That's fine because they kind of overlap each other's skill set. And Goran Dragic, he's still in the league. He's questionable as well. Tyler, what are your thoughts when the Bulls host the Hawks?
Yeah, I mean, just like you said, two teams, even the spread reflects it. It's just like it's a coin flip game. I'm going to just take the home team. Give me the Bulls here. I'm not big on taking the Bulls, but I'm just going to take the home court advantage. I think Vucevic can hit some threes on Capella, who's going to want to stay down low. Levine and DeRozan should be able to work their way too. So, yeah, I'll be on the Bulls and not much else in this game spread. No props in this one outside of that.
Mikey, real quick. First of all, Gobert would not have dominated in the Jordan era. That's when back when basketball players actually had muscle on their frame. Go look up Karl Malone.
He sat there for that breakdown, and it was just boiling in him to let me talk to get that out.
Tyler, he didn't hear a word you said.
No, he was like,
I did. He's taking the Bulls.
There's that meme where the kid's sitting at the desk and all the veins are popping out of his head.
That's me.
Yeah, that's you.
Mikey, you only have one girlfriend now? Wow, I can't wait to see that reality show. All right, Bulls and Hawks. What are your thoughts, JC?
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. I mean, these two teams I don't avoid betting. I just don't you just can't really get a read on them. The Hawks have come a long way from when we were trashing them a couple weeks ago, talking about how they need to just blow this thing up. But Chicago's doing a nice little run. They've took out Golden State, clobbered Detroit as teams do. So, I just ride with the hot hand, ride with the home team. No reason to get fancy with it. Just take the Bulls.
All right, so maybe we'll have to adjust that one too, Tyler. I didn't play that one, but you guys both seem to like the Bulls here. So
yeah, Mikey, it's not a play of the day or anything, but if I'm making a pick, it's got to be the Bulls.
Are you actually going to bet it though, or is that just where you're leaning?
Lean, yeah, I'll just lean.
Tyler, do you think this is worth a bet or no?
No, unless we get injury news.
Yeah,
unless you're throwing together some lottery ticket parlay, you're gonna put $5 on.
All right, sounds good. The Charlotte Hornets are now +8 in Utah, taking on the Jazz. The total is 240.5, +267 if you think the Hornets can do something crazy on the money line. I see that LaMelo Ball is questionable. I know he sat out there last game. Cody Martin's doubtful. Kelly Olynyk still out for Utah. I can't wait till he gets back, man. I think he's an underrated contributor to that team. And I don't know. I'm kind of rooting for the Jazz, right? I think it's
kind of
cool.
Almost like a Pat Bev, kind of difference maker. Half the man Pat Bev is.
How can you compare Kelly Olynyk to Pat Bev? Kelly Olynyk can make shots.
Yeah, but on the defense,
and he can't defend. And he can't defend. They're the exact opposite player.
Right, it's the opposite. He's an offensive Pat Bev. Nothing crazy. Right. Not lighting up the stat sheet. He's a difference maker. He's a threat out there, and he's gonna make teams think twice.
All right, so Pat Bev and Kelly Olynyk, a comparison I never thought I would hear. What do you think about this game? We'll start with you on this one, JC. The Hornets are absolutely terrible here, but they've kind of priced this right out of the range where I'm comfortable laying it with the Jazz. To me, it's Jazz or pass, but kudos to the bookmakers for putting this at 8. I think that's a pretty fair number. What are your thoughts?
Kind of funny. I was leaning Charlotte. I think 8 points is enough that I'll take a risk on them. Mm-hmm. Jazz are winning games, but they're not covering these larger spreads. Charlotte, they've won back-to-back games. All of those fans that Tyler was talking about, that whatever the Lakers win, this is their turning point. That's kind of where I'm at Charlotte. Every time they get a little hot, I'm like, all right, here it is. Here they come. Here come the Hornets.
Is there even a Hornets Twitter? Do they say trade our 2 first-round picks for Damian Lillard?
No, it's all the
years from now.
We have our first trade coming up.
Fanfic on how funny it would be if all the Ball brothers were playing for Charlotte.
We got a trade alert, fellas.
Oh,
what is it?
The Wizards are in advanced talks on a trade to send forward Rui Hachimura to spread's favorite team, the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, fuck.
For?
Doesn't say. It's just Woj just tweeted out. He says they're the advanced talks.
Why are we making the evil empire better?
I love it.
The Wizards are like, here, Darth Vader, just take our planet.
That 370 to 1 MVP ticket's looking better spread.
Yeah, well, for your sake, I hope you cash that.
He's down to 150 to 1, and they're making
He's
moves.
averaging 13 points a game. This isn't. It's nothing.
He'll become the third best player on their team.
And then they're gonna dump like a second-round pick for Cam Reddish, who'll roll in and be a 3-and-D guy.
Oh, don't do this to me, Tyler. The last thing I need is for the Lakers to be good again.
I don't think it's not happening.
This is good.
Oh my gosh. Twitter Spaces is going to be.
No, he's not even. I mean, are we saying third best because Anthony Davis is out?
Yeah. No, he's better. He's probably better than Russ at this point.
He's not better than Schroeder.
You don't think so?
No.
All right. Interesting. Chat, who do you like better, Dennis Schroeder or Rui Hachimura? We've really gone off the rails here. I love the fact that we don't have the NFL today. We don't have to rush through this, right? We're having Schroeder Hachimura debates. I feel like the dunker spot right now.
They didn't let Rui Hachimura practice today either, so that trade's pretty much done. They're like, yeah, you're done here. Go sit down.
What did they get him for? Has to be like a second rounder.
I'm trying to think what just expiring contracts can they dump outside of Westbrook? I'd have to look and see at their roster in the contracts breakdown, but they could definitely dump somebody, I think.
My guy Clyde agrees that Rui's better. My guy Jay,
it says
with Biggie is on some Rui too.
It says now the Lakers are in final stages of completing a deal to acquire Hachimura for a package that includes 3 second-round picks.
I mean, that's weird. Like, that's just like packaging what little they have and sending it because, like, who cares about second-round picks?
No.
I think that's more Washington just wanting him out the door.
But why? I don't know. Like, that's weird. I think it's weird.
Yeah, you'd think that. Yeah, I guess he's not worth a first rounder. So.
Oh hell no, he's not worth a first rounder.
I don't even know if I would have wanted him. Would he help the Kings? What do you think, JC? Like you have to be pretty bad for Rui Hachimura to help your team, right?
Yeah. It's solid off the bench. Like a great off the bench option, but I don't know.
He'll probably start for them, won't he?
Does he upgrade the Trey Lyles minutes for the Kings? Is that probably it? Like
Trey Lyles is more the backup center.
I mean, because can he play the 5?
Rui, no way.
Kendrick Nunn's the player in the trade.
So what? Yeah, like 3. So him and LeBron 3-4.
Kendrick Nunn.
Walker's out.
Kendrick Nunn and 3 second-round picks got this trade done.
All right. Well, at least they're doing something. All right. So you like the Hornets +8. Did you break this game down for us yet, Tyler?
No.
I'm busy getting tilted by Mikey.
I'll be quick on it. I'm going right to who's the guy who's going to win most improved player on the year. Right to Markkanen's props. His props 26.5. Love the points. There's a performance double on him. They have 25+ in Utah win +120. Screw laying the 7.5 points. Give me that performance double. Dude's going to score 30 tonight.
Yeah, no, that was my one prop I had I put out my prize pick article was Lauri Markkanen. So there's a trend of rebounds for teams that are playing the Hornets because they just love freaking shots.
Well, they also shoot with 16 seconds on the shot clock, so there's more opportunities as well.
Yes, yeah. So Markkanen, his over/under on rebounds is 9.5. But you can get better value just taking the double line for him. So that's what I'm on tonight. JC,
if Pat Bev is your favorite player, then Mikey has to be your favorite chatter because he's just annoying the heck out of me right now. Like this is unbelievable.
That's true. We're making all kinds of comparisons with Pat Bev. Mikey is the Pat Bev of this video's comment section. You know?
Yeah, he is. And yeah, oh wow, he passed Kareem when Kareem actually went to college and he's not even better than Kareem, Mikey.
Kareem didn't play in an era where teams were regularly scoring 120 points.
Yeah.
Where you rank him at, spread? I mean, you've seen all these old guys play.
Yeah.
I actually really didn't see Kareem in his prime. I saw old Kareem.
Were you there when Wilt scored 100?
I wish I could say I was, but no.
How was basketball before the 3-point line got put in, spread?
I really don't. I think it started. What year did it start? Is it late 70s, early 80s?
Do you remember when
it's been there my whole watching life?
I'm just messing with you.
Nets?
Yeah, with the peach basket. Yeah. My guy Clyde says I need to take a Vicodin. That's spelled wrong. I know that Clyde's not a pill addict, or he would. Clyde, good job staying away from those opiates.
He spelled it so bad the autocorrect couldn't even fix it.
All right. Well, at least Mikey's spicing up the show today.
Where do you rank LeBron at, spread? You said Kareem's better than him. Jordan's the best player ever. Is he coming in at 3?
I'll put him at like 6.
Unbelievable.
Well, then who's your top 5?
Wilt, Kareem, Jordan, Magic, Bird. Then I'll give it to LeBron.
You don't put it, so you do put him above Kobe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. He's better than Kobe.
It's one of those things where it's tough to compare them because, like, I don't know, Kobe was a difference maker, right? Like, he was a force. He was the guy you wanted. But, like, if they were to play one-on-one, yeah, LeBron would probably win. But I'd rather have Kobe on my team than LeBron.
Yeah, I could throw Bill Russell in there, too. Good. Thanks, Clyde. Look at this.
I don't like throwing in the Wilt Chamberlains and Bill Russell.
I was about to say, I think outside of those big men and Michael Jordan, all the guys spread names, LeBron beats them one-on-one. I think he houses Larry Bird one-on-one.
Oh, Larry Bird would smoke him.
I think your judgment is also clouded by the fact that LeBron's just not playing defense these last 2 years because why play defense on a shitty team? If we're talking the locked-in LeBron, he houses that man, spread.
But that's
no. Larry Bird would. When he won the 3-point contest, he walks in the locker room. He says, "Who's coming in second today?"
It was a little more profane. Confidence. It was a little more profane than that.
He was the number one shit talk. No, I think Larry Bird would house him.
I don't think so.
Here's the problem though: Larry Bird would drill threes, but Larry Bird isn't going to be able to defend LeBron.
He's going right around him, just dunking the ball.
Yeah.
The moment Larry Bird misses, the game's over.
Oh, hold on, Mikey, what the heck are you talking about? What did LeBron ever do with those early Cavs teams?
He did, but that, for example, carrying a team to the final, that first Cavaliers team he took to the finals might be the worst roster.
What about the one he
drove? Give him credit there.
I mean, he got swept by the Warriors, but who wouldn't when they had that trio of Durant, Curry, and Clay? But the team he drugged that year was absolutely buns after Kyrie left. So he drugged 2 bad rosters that would have been first overall picks to the finals. I think he's better. I think he's.
I'm kind of.
He could have done it too, though. And I think he would have taken a game in the finals.
Me personally, if we're talking basketball player, all around, I think he's won. He does everything.
Oh, Jordan's way better.
Yeah.
He's number one.
I think Jordan's
one end of
better
the floor.
Scorer.
Jordan was like a defensive player of the year, at the end of his career. He wasn't just standing around.
Yeah, I don't think less of anyone who thinks LeBron's number one, but personally, I think it's still Jordan.
Yeah, I think they're 1-2, and I think you could just say we can make the argument till the end of time.
Right, and that's kind of
And it doesn't matter because in 20 years, people are going to forget, just like we forget about Will.
Yeah. Once Victor breaks the NBA next year, it'll just be all his.
I wonder how good he's going to be. That's so crazy. This year's draft is so crazy. There's more talent than ever now.
Yeah.
I would say the elite guys would translate, but the mid-range guys are so much better now than they were.
Draft 2 spread.
Yeah.
Can you name any college prospects coming out this year? There's going to be studs that come out of the college game.
Yeah.
And nobody's even batted.
We're going to learn about it when we have Gavin and Stevie Boyton on. We're seriously going to be learning about
draft podcast you listen to. The only things you hear are Victor Wembanyama and Scoot Henderson.
Dude, but they're shooters in college right now. Curry has, we are far enough removed from the beginning of Curry that he's completely screwed everything. When I go to Memphis Tigers basketball games for my other job, and kids in Arkansas are hitting these deep threes. It's crazy. No matter how small the school, they got someone who can hit a 3 from half court.
I'd argue Curry changed the game more than LeBron.
Oh, without a doubt.
Because a little kid can relate to Steph Curry.
Yeah,
it's hard to relate to a guy 6'8" and just jack.
Yeah, how many guys could just be 6'9" and run that fast? Like you can't emulate that game to where it's like I can go outside and pick up a basketball and try and shoot from 45 feet.
Mm-hmm. Completely.
Plus, we got to give Jordan credit for never making a crappy HBO show where he's sitting in a barbershop. I mean, that you got to throw something up there too. At least
I kind of.
Not to mention, Jordan was a gambler. Where's We the People, Mr. Gambler?
I don't care on that. I'm not fully against the barbershop shows. I am against some of the other ones that he's made. The barbershop one's kind of good in my eyes.
It is.
Really?
You get some guys on there that it's like a podcast. You get some.
I saw Jalen Ramsey on there. He was good. Yeah. Yes, I can believe it, Mikey, because you DM me. I'm pretty easy to get riled up. I'm sure you're sitting there with JWoww and Snooki right now on each arm, and you guys are just laughing away. You guys are about to go to the club tonight. Unbelievable.
What would KD have to do to enter this conversation?
It's too late.
I think he's like the guy that just hangs around right outside the conversation.
Yeah. I mean, I guess play 8 more years. But I just don't see it happening. He's already injury prone right now.
Because again, if we're talking one-on-one, I think he would give a lot of these guys work. And I think he'd be.
Yeah, I do too. I think, but where LeBron and where I'm like going to lose arguments with him is the longevity, right? Because you look at the individual peaks. Magic individual peak matches LeBron. Bird's individual peak definitely matches LeBron. Go look at his '85 season, right? To me, Jordan's individual peak is above LeBron. Jordan's averaging like 35 in the finals where the team averaged 90. And the final score was 90 to 87 and he's dropping 35.
Yeah.
You know. So the longevity is where I start to lose this argument.
Yeah, I feel like KD kind of messed up his legacy. Like I feel like if he'd have just stayed in OKC, I feel like he would probably be in this conversation. But
if he'd have just stayed in Golden State, I think he'd have been all right.
Yeah, because it still would be forever.
He would have
had like 6 titles.
In the end, he would have had so many rings, you couldn't even argue at that point.
Yeah, he would have had more than Jordan. It would have been like some Bill Russell shit.
They would have won the last 5 years in a row.
Yeah, they would have won every
year.
I
don't think people, no one would, that would just be the best team. Like no one would accredit any single person.
Look at some of those teams Kareem played on.
Yeah, I mean, he was playing with like Magic Johnson, James Worthy, Byron. I mean, they had ballers there. My guy, Michael Thompson, Klay Thompson's dad. What a stud.
I didn't know that.
Should we talk about tonight's game some more?
No, let's just keep talking about the 70s.
No one came here to hear us talk about today's NBA.
Yeah. We the people is probably rolling his eyes right now. Hopefully he'll watch this on replay. San Antonio Spurs are plus 8.5 in Portland, taking on the Trailblazers. Total 241. JC, we talked about it earlier. What a soul-crushing loss last night to the Los Angeles Lakers. And boy, in that second quarter, you don't think that me embracing my inner hater was just loving life. I'm like, this is so great. Worst quarter in LA Lakers history. This team is done. They're losing to a Portland team that's not even that good. And then Portland gets their heart ripped out. Now they have to bounce back tonight. And they are hosting the Spurs. So I guess that helps. Do they take out their frustrations on the Spurs, JC, or hangover from last night? What do you think?
I don't know, man. I mean, like I said, I hate betting on Portland, and San Antonio is a team that's always a heavy dog, and I'm always like, man, that's too many points, and I'm always wrong.
But they're terrible.
They're so bad. I have so much faith in Popovich, and this team.
He knows what he's doing. Tyler talked about that draft class. Even if they don't get Victor, you're going to get a stud.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, no doubt, for sure. But I'm just saying, you still feel like he's gonna have a big win. He's gonna be a double-digit dog, and he's gonna take a win straight up. And I just haven't seen it yet. So,
I mean, who's going to lead the way? Devin Vassell? Keldon Johnson?
He'd be the guy. That's it.
I'm just saying, put Keldon Johnson on a contending team. What is he?
I think he's a name you're going to see moved at the deadline that's going to help somebody big time.
I like that.
Yeah, but he's going to help them as a fourth option, and he's a number one option.
No, I think it could be he gets sent to Dallas, and he becomes the de facto number 2.
Who's better, Keldon Johnson or Christian Wood? Just on offense.
Yeah. Keldon Johnson.
You think so? I like Wood more.
No,
I think Keldon Johnson's one of them guys once he's moved. It's not going to be like how when James Harden got moved from OKC to Houston, it was oh my God, this guy's actually a stud. But once he gets moved and you see him play, it's gonna be like this guy's actually like elite.
But it's
like,
going to be way different because instead of Harden getting the extra usage in Houston that he didn't get in OKC, he's going to get less usage if he's actually on a good team.
Yeah, but he can hit threes and just hang out with Luka. He could just be a better version of like Hardaway with a little bit more defense and the ability to drive to the hoop.
Well, I'm all for it. I got a Dallas 30-1 ticket right now. I mean, I'm all in on Dallas. So
Dallas needs to make a move. I think that's their guy.
They have great assets too. All they have to do is unprotect that Knicks pick going this year, and then basically have all their picks available. So, I mean, the Knicks would have to acquiesce, but I don't see why they would. I mean, they're going to get it this year anyways.
You want to know how I play this game?
Yeah, we do. That's the show.
Tyler's going to give me a great performance double to play on this one.
That's what we do? All right.
Yeah.
So our breakdown is listen to Tyler. Take it away, Ty.
Looking at this one, we ain't got no performance doubles up right now unless you're betting the Spurs side. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have to wait on that one.
Why is that? There's no one on this report.
That's what makes me worried because there's props up for these guys, but no performance doubles. I think they're going to wait and some of these guys are going to be rolled out. Like I wouldn't be surprised to see Nurkic pop up here, one of the guards. If it's Lillard, give me all Simon's props to 25 plus and win the 5+ threes. If for some reason Simon sits, I'll be on Lillard. If they're both in, though, I'm going to de facto to Lillard. If there's anybody that's frustrated, I think it's him that takes it out tonight.
So if we're expecting injuries, should we jump on San Antonio plus 8.5 right now?
No, because even with Simons, Grant, and Lillard out, they're still better.
Right.
I think San Antonio is really bad. I mean, how many of those guys make a roster?
Who's worse? Well, rank these three. San Antonio, Charlotte, Houston.
San Antonio's the worst.
Yeah.
Charlotte's the second worst.
And
Houston's the third
Charlotte's the best out of those three.
Yes. Yeah, it's San Antonio.
Really? You think Charlotte's better than Houston?
I think it goes. I think it goes Charlotte, San Antonio, Houston, and I love Houston.
I think we just think Charlotte's a little better because they get to play in the East.
I think Houston has the most potential. Like I think they'll be relevant sooner than those other teams. But yeah, if we're doing like a 3-game tournament, it's absolutely Charlotte's the best right now.
Okay. All right, there you have it. So we're taking those performance doubles when they come out. A little surprised that we don't have them yet, right, Tyler?
Yeah, so that's a little worrying. So just keep an eye on the injury report there.
Yeah. All right. This last game, you see the beam coming out the top of my head. Tyler said, "There's a beam coming out the top of your head."
You need to move over like 2 inches so it's like perfectly aligned.
You want it right off the top of my head?
Yeah, right off the top of your head.
So my beam team tonight is plus 1.5. We're at home. Hopefully we'll be lighting the beam tonight. Total is 246.5. 246.5. Is that the highest total of the year? We keep talking about the highest total of the year.
Didn't we have a 249 the other day?
Yeah, we might have. Anyways, that's a sky high total, man. If anything, I'm going under. But talk to me about my team. Obviously, a little emotion involved here, so I'd like to hear some fresh, unbiased perspectives. Oh, wait, are you going to be biased on this one, JC? Is Tyler the only unbiased one I can get here?
Yeah.
How big a Grizzlies fan are you?
I'm not a Grizzlies fan.
So if you were in the arena, you would have had Shannon Sharp's back.
Oh, fuck Shannon Sharp. I hate that he's I get it because he's Shannon Sharp, but he should have been kicked up out the paint.
I'm pretty impressed though. He's jacked for his age. Yeah.
Hall of Fame footballer kind of makes sense.
Yeah. All right. So talk to me about this game. I guess they're not your Grizzlies. Who is your favorite team then? The Clips?
Yeah.
Okay. So your hometown team though, the Memphis Grizzlies, will be in my hometown taking on the Kings. Who do you like, JC?
Yeah, I was looking at this one, definitely caught my attention with the 1-point spread. And I was leaning Memphis and just something about it just doesn't feel right. LA, that was a devastating loss that the Lakers served them. And then they follow that up with a loss against a battered Phoenix team. I think it gets worse for Memphis before it gets better. I think they're served a loss here in Sacramento. And then I think they go to Golden State and take on a 4th loss in a row. So I'm running with you, spread. I like Sacramento.
I haven't bet it yet, so I like the under, and that's it. That's all.
With Kevin Scott, Brent Barnaky, referees on this one. 2 more guys swallow the whistle. I think we get the over.
Wait, why did usually fouls go to the over? If they swallow the whistle, it's better for an under.
I mean, these guys more so. Okay, I don't know why. So these guys,
because whenever I want an over, I want points going on the board without the clock moving.
Yes, but sometimes it disrupts the flow. So with two fast-paced teams, no whistles, it's just up and down the court, up and down. The over-under is not reflected as much on these guys as it was for the guys in the Detroit game. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Those guys have less fouls, more overs called. But I don't know. We'll see.
Okay. Tyler, he's giving me hope here that my Kings have a chance. What are your thoughts?
We got through 6 games, and me and my guy JC weren't head-to-head, but this is going to be the one spot we are. I look at this, and yeah, they did lose the Lakers game, but they had the Shannon Sharpe incident that kind of like derailed them in that game. They lose the game late. They said earlier in the year about these top teams in the West, they're not worried about them. The one team that heard them when they said that every time they play them is Phoenix. Because every game since, Phoenix has busted their ass. And I know they came back late in that game and tried to win. They lost by 1. But I don't think they look at Sacramento the same way. I think they're already frustrated. I think they're going to roll into Sacramento. I think they're going to absolutely pound this team into the ground tonight. I think they literally just pound the Sacramento Kings. They win this game by like 15-20.
You taking alt spreads?
Damn.
Yeah, I think it's domination tonight.
Oh, Tyler, breaking my heart over here. You think we get pounded?
I think it's bad.
Good for the under then. All right, any pops for this game, Tyler?
Looking at it, I mean, of course, I like Jaws props in a blowout. I think he comes out pretty frustrated, 28.5 on his points. Jaren Jackson seems to be in a nice spot here because when you look at the way the Kings line up, they're going to play Sabonis at the 5, probably Keegan Murray at the 4, Barnes. The other plays the 3, Herter plays the 2, Fox plays the 1. None of those guys are going to be able to cover Jaren Jackson, who's going to be the second big on the floor for Memphis, because Adams will be on Sabonis. His points prop at 14.5, love that. His over 1.5 threes, love that also. I think he has a really big game here, so those are my guys on props.
Memphis minus 9.5 is plus 265.
Love that. I think they beat him down tonight.
I'm getting beat down here on this show. First Mikey, now you, Tyler. Damn, I feel like Caesar at a Senate meeting. Unbelievable, JC. What else you got for this game?
I took Jaws points under, but I think that was stupid because it's going to be such a high total. I don't know how he doesn't get his. I think it's 25, 28, 20, 29 points. Yeah, if this game sees, 240 points, it's going to be hard to see him not get there.
Yeah.
I might recall that one.
All right. Well, pretty fun hour, gentlemen. This is a great show today. We discussed some tennis. We gave you some Australian Open futures. We discussed all things basketball from the 70s on, greatest of all time. We discussed our favorite reality shows that Mikey stars in, and we can't wait to see his next one coming up. And we gave you some winners. So, guys, just give us that thumbs up. Run Pure Sports YouTube channel. Of course, no talking touchdowns today, Tyler. I'm a little sad. We're not hanging out with Title, but, we'll be back on Friday to discuss some NFL. So, that's going to be it for us today, but we're not done yet. You guys hit the thumbs up. We give you the best bets. And then, of course, guys, give out your promo code with the best bet so we can go ahead and push that too. We want to get some new members here at Run Pure Sports. We continue to grow, and it's been a lot of fun. But, hey, look at all this great stuff we've got going on in the chat today. We'd love to have that in our Discord. Love for you guys to get involved with these RPB tags as well. Let me pull it up, Tyler. 49-32 this month. 49-32. So your membership's going to pay for itself if you're betting anything more than $20 a game. So head on over, use one of these promo codes. If you agree with me and you want to hate on the new kids, you can use my promo code. If you're loving JC's look and right, you're a big fan of everything he's got going on there, you can use his code. And my guess, just from being on this show and the times I do it without him, and everyone says, "Where's Tyler?" And I get messages. No, Tyler, I'm not watching. Well, thanks for letting me know, buddy, right? You'll probably end up using Tyler's, but give us that thumbs up. We're going to give you the best bets. JC, start with you.
Yeah, man. So last year I made a lot of money analyzing referee analytics and making my picks based off of that. So I'm looking to bring it back. And so my first pick, looking at that data, I'm taking the over. in the Milwaukee-Detroit game. So over 237.5. Lock it in. We'll see if we can ride. Promo code Zargo15, if you want to save some money. And also, too, just real shout out to everyone in the chat who's talking about Gobert getting traded. Absurd. No one's touching that contract. And the Timberwolves aren't going to risk eating so much of it for him to turn it around. So that's just obscene, stupid talk. Sorry, guys.
You give out your promo code and then you slam the people watching the show? That's not good marketing.
You got to slam them earlier in the show.
That's not good marketing. All right. We're head-to-head on that one, JC. So, oh, my gosh. Can you believe this guy in here trying to promote himself? Yeah. If you agree that Snooki's the hottest reality show star of all time, use the promo code Mikey15. If you like JWoww, use that code spread15. All right. Tyler, what's your best bet for the day?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the performance double. I'm going to go with that Lauri Markkanen 25+, and the Jazz win that game at +120. If you can't get that, just take his points prop over 26.5. And then use my promo code Tyler15 to sign up for the site.
And Mikey, the audacity of someone who lives on the Jersey Shore accusing Shannon Sharpe of steroids. Come on, buddy. You're one to talk about steroids. Like, they put it in your drinking water in Jersey. Unbelievable. It's like when you get water, it's like, would you like ice or would you like HGH in your water in Jersey? I've been out there. I know how it goes, Mikey. All right. He's using spread 15. Excellent. All right. So we are going head-to-head on that one. But that's not my best bet there. I'm going to go under in that Kings game. 246.5 is just too high. And if Tyler's right, it's a blowout, and I hope you're wrong, but that will look even better for me. Anyways, even if it's a close game, I do believe this game goes under. All we need is just a little stretch with team missing threes. Not to mention, Memphis could be a little tired playing last night, right? And this is the end of a long road trip. Maybe a little lower scoring game. So there you have it for us. Guys, fun show today, man. These Monday shows just keep getting better and better. And we got one guy in the chat that really gets me riled up. So glad to see you here making the show better, Mikey. Even though your comments keep getting worse, you make the show better. So we love having you here. All right, JC, you know what we do at the end of the show, though? We go to you for the words of wisdom.
Yeah. I just want to shout out to the chat. I love y'all. Y'all make the show because we could never get spread as riled up as y'all do. So thank you for being you. I don't know so much words of wisdom as I'm just going to use this time to really shit on Shannon Sharpe. Because I don't know if you guys know this. When you sit courtside at an NBA game, there's a little card on your seat. And it says, hey, if you act a fool, we have the right to kick you out of here. You get this great thing in sitting courtside, the best seat in sports, but you got to act like a civilized human being. I have a couple of those cards. I've seen them. I've sat there. I never noticed that there was an asterisk that says, unless your name's Shannon Sharpe, then you can do whatever the hell you want. So just unbelievable behavior. Absolutely unacceptable. I think he should be, banned from NBA games for life, but they'll never.
To be fair, he did apologize on his little show today.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. See, being jacked have its privileges. C-Dome can pull that stuff off too.
I also don't now I don't know who's the bigger clown on that show. I have Skip Bayless is ridiculous, but
it's definitely not the hot girl who sits in the middle. I don't even know her name, right? But they always put good-looking girls to moderate this debate, right?
Yeah. So it's the clown show now.
All right. So no Shannon Sharpe. If you do not like Shannon Sharpe, use that promo code Zargo15. I'm at spread 15. If you love those huge parlays that Tyler gives, Tyler 15. But the most important thing, head on over to runpuresports.com, become a member. Give us that thumbs up. We'll be back at the same time tomorrow. And you can expect more crazy show because we're bringing Travis on. So it's not just going to be the game.
And we got 9 games tomorrow, too.
Do we? No, I think we're back to a normal schedule, aren't we?
And we have 7. Same as today.
We have 7 tomorrow?
Yeah, 7, 7, 9 this week.
Bro, it was so good you sat out Friday. We might still be going.
Mikey's calling me out for that humble brag.
It was a humble brag. I think that's impressive. Sitting courtside with Selena Gomez.
He said I got a couple of them.
Yeah.
Hey, man, in Memphis and in New Orleans, courtside seats were a joke the past couple of years. You couldn't not.
All right. Well, I didn't know about courtside seats. So, hey, when you're looking sharp like JC, that's the type of privileges you have. So I'm going to get Jack, see what happens when I start arguing with T. Morant. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Run Pure.